what's up, guys? Welcome to again today for another live stream. But yes, very special po yung ating kasama tonight. Ay, today pala, naisip ko tonight. Kasi nga, yung kasama natin, nasa ibang parte ng mundo pa. Galing sa US pa siya. At she took time to actually guest in our live stream. Specifically on the very interesting topic for March, no? Kasi March is very much known as the Women's Month. So we've seen our posts over the past few days, and we were talking about like women empowerment and how it has dramatically changed over the past few years, no? And then this person that we have, lucky person that we actually met, na super tuwan-tuwa kami. Pilipina po siya. Hindi pa siya, marunong po mag-Tagalog yan. Kasi mag-nosebleed ako mamaya, pag mamaya puro English na ng English. Pero nakilala namin siya in actually a community, an Asian community in Facebook. It's called Asian Hustle Network. You should check it out. It's a very good Facebook group that basically engages different Asians from all over the world, and they share their businesses, their passion projects, and they get inspirations from other people, which is kind of cool because some of the people that we know, some of the people I follow, and even on YouTube, are actually, some of them are there, na mga artists, na mga, I think, isa din yung mga, I don't know if you know, yung mga comedians na videos na ginagawa sa YouTube. Some of them are actually there. And nakakatuwa lang is how we actually meet other Filipinos there as well. And one of them is actually the one we're going to be guesting for today. She's actually done a brand, a Filipino brand, that is actually for outfits. So feeling ko talaga makakatulong sa mga girls na may hilig gym at may na medyo conscious sa suot, pero at the same time gusto nila very maayos, hindi masyadong revealing, or medyo within that category. So hindi ako magaling sa mga ganyan kasi ako pag nagsuot ng mga damit, kebs lang. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Camille Monzon. Camille! Hello!
Hey! What's up?
Magandang umaga at magandang gabi.
Magandang gabi, Gian.
Kamusta ka dyan? Kamusta? How's the US now? How's the weather like there?
I'm good. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold. Kanina mainit, tapos ngayon malamig na siya. So, it's weird. Sometimes I have to wear a jacket, sometimes I don't. So, yung kailangan na mag-adjust.
Parang feelings niya. Minsan nag-a-adjust. So, wait, masaya kasi nakilala ka namin nila Dave because of Asian Hustle Network, and we have actually the Camille brand. It's actually for these are outfit. Kala ko una dati may panlalaki, wala pa.
No, sorry.
Sige, would you wanna tell us something about yourself? Paano ka napunta sa US? Ano yung background mo? Paano mo nasimulan yung Camille brand?
My brand. Okay, it's a long story.
Okay lang yan, mahabang oras natin. Go!
Oh, sige. Okay, sige. I was actually born in Japan kasi US Navy yung dad ko. And then we moved here. Yeah, it's a long story. So every time people ask me like, "Oh, so where are you from?" I have to cringe kasi parang ang haba ng story. But yeah, so I was born in Japan, and then after a while we moved here sa States kasi dito nagkakilala yung parents ko. And then when my dad retired from the Navy, we moved to the Philippines. So kaya marunong ako mag-Tagalog because because I stayed in the Philippines for like 12 years. Doon ako graduate ng high school, doon ako nag-graduate ng college. And yeah, well, sige, we'll get into that. So psychology yung kinuha kong course, and then it didn't work out. I moved here and I was like, okay, that's not what I want to do. So
when ka na bumalik sa US? So anong period ka na sa Philippines nun? Yung 12 years na yun? That was from...
I was in the Philippines from 2006 up until 2017.
Oh, tagal rin, grabe.
Yeah, matagal din. So I moved here December 2017.
So, segue ako. Anong favorite food mo na Filipino food?
Favorite kong
Jollibee
Filipino
ba?
food? Oh,
Jollibee.
na fast food or restaurant?
Kahit ano. Anong nami-miss mo sa Pilipinas?
Oh my God, sisig. There's no good sisig here, I swear.
Talaga?
Like, I can't find good sisig food. And for some reason, there's not that many like legit Filipino food places. There's Jollibee, of course. But then gusto ko yung parang turo-turo, yung real Filipino food.
Paano naman kasi, I think takot yata sila because sisig is made up of like a pig's head.
Pig ear.
Pig ear. Baka piling ko baka himatayin pa yung mga Amerikano sa mga...
yan yung masarap eh.
So talaga, kailangan pala pa-ship ka ng sisig dyan, no? Kailangan may mga ganun type na, no? So,
yeah, you know what? I also miss shawarma. Sorry, I just can't not mention shawarma. Yeah.
Seryoso yan? Anong shawarma? Mr. Kebab?
Yes. Yung garlic sauce pa. Ang sarap.
Oo, nakakamiss na. Gutom talaga ako. Huwag kang tumili ka.
Ikaw, you're there, so you can get it anytime.
Tama. May shawarma pa naman malapit dito.
Lucky.
Kanina, we were talking about, since we did like a Bicol, yung Naga City, the virtual tour, and we were talking about Bicol Express. Kasi that's one of my favorite food. So eventually, tama, may Bicol Express sa baba.
Lucky, my goodness, I missed that too.
I know, right? Sarap talaga ng Pinoy food. That's just really true. Sarap ng Pinoy food. Okay, going back, na-distract na ako sa... So, yun. So, kwento. So, 2007 or 2006, no? Ano ba? 2006?
Yeah, 2006. Tapos, until 2017.
2017.
Andun ako.
Tapos, pumunta ka na ng US
yeah.
2017. Ano yung, from... What? Because of your family moved there? Or is because of like work? Or...
Oh, no, so retired na yung dad ko. So he wanted all of us to experience life in the Philippines and to go to school there. Kasi doon din sila nag-school and they know that it's super fun in the Philippines. So they really wanted my sisters and I to go to school there and experience life there. Tapos, ayun, kami daw bahala. We want to stay there, move here. I really wanted to come back just to see like what happened to my life if I moved back here. So, ayun, I moved here in 2017.
And then, so what have you been doing since 2017?
So like I mentioned earlier, psychology yung kinuha kong course. Like I took my master's in it too, but then I realized this isn't for me. And then when I moved here, I was able to luckily find like this temp job, like a manual testing software job. Ayun, tapos I just really loved the environment, and then I built it from the ground up, that position. So now I'm an automation engineer. So now I know like JavaScript, Java, I code.
Wow.
Yeah. Random, yeah.
From psychology to becoming an engineer.
Yeah, super random. Even me, I'm like, how did I do that?
Yeah, paano nangyari yun? Paano nga nangyari yun?
Wala lang. I just thought, hey, this place is cool to work at. Let me figure out how to stay. So yun, I just learned code.
That's very interesting because it's not easy to learn coding. It's not like you can learn it overnight or anything like that. You must be a genius.
Yeah. No.
Yung sabi ni Dave, Java is hard.
I see that. Java is hard. It is hard. Yeah. Harder than JavaScript, yeah.
But you started out, okay, so you moved to the US, you were a psychology graduate, and then you moved to the US, and then you started doing a temp job, and then you eventually fell in love. Did you fall in love with JavaScript now or programming? Or ano lang siya, work-related lang talaga? Pero ngayon nagustuhan mo na talaga?
Yeah, nagustuhan ko because you know how sometimes people say like, what's your motivation? Then sometimes people say spite yung motivation nila. For me, it was the fact that people didn't think that I could do it. Like it didn't seem like something that I could do. Kasi I'm like a very feminine, girly girl, and they were saying like what? You're gonna code? You're a coder? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it harder. I'm gonna even try. I'm gonna do it even harder and be a coder. Yeah, like I'm gonna prove you wrong. Yeah, na-motivate ako. Yeah, kasi pati yung mga software developers, they'd always tell me, joke lang naman kasi friends kami. They'd always tell me like, you look like you belong to the other side of the office, which is the creative side, marketing, the business side. Like, why are you here? Kasi puro sila boys. Like, so I work in a male dominated field, like they're like
And
mostly men.
how was the experience like since you've been working with them? How was it like, especially in the US? I'm sure medyo nagiging challenging yun.
Yeah, of course. With the younger generation, like your age, my age, it was pretty. Nadidistract ako. Yeah. It was pretty easy with people our age because they're more like inclusive. Like they don't care if you're a girl or a boy. Basta you know the skills. Basta you could work together. But then with like the older generation, like senior leadership team, like CEOs, CTOs, managers, mas older sila, 40 and above. I could feel that I would be treated a little differently. Like minsan na underestimate ako. They don't, oh, thank you, love you. Yeah, like I would get underestimated, or they say some pretty low key not racist, sexist stuff.
Wow.
And then like back then, when I was a little bit younger, I taught myself how to like put on like darker lipstick and like a lot more makeup to seem older, and to like make my voice like really deep when I talk to be taken seriously. And
wow.
Yeah, I had to do that just to when I would speak to like older people or to leads to be taken seriously, because I looked very young. I don't even know. Do I still look young?
I think Asians generally, if they're in the US, they would look way young.
Yeah. Like a lot of people would be like, "Oh, if this is your first job," and then they'd look at me, and I'm like, "This ain't my first job. This isn't my first job. I'm pretty old." But now it's different because I've been there for a couple of years, so I've got to earn like everyone's respect. So things are different. But back then, when I just started out, it was pretty challenging.
Oh, cool. So nagsimula ka ng psychology, tapos naging automation engineer ka, tapos mamaya meron ka naman ngayon na clothing brand. Wow, parang lahat yata inikot mo na yata.
No,
so,
yeah.
Paano nagsimula yung Camille brand? And you can tell us what is the Camille brand, because alam ko na it's like a fitness. It's really a fitness outfit. Kasi alam ko may mga concerns usually, which I know kasi may dami rin akong kaibigan na naghahanap ng magandang damit pag nag-gym. Pero hindi sila makahanap ng magandang damit na pag-gym. Na hindi masyadong, alam mo yun, hindi masyadong kita yung cleavage or masyadong.
Yeah, sige. We'll get into that.
Yeah, sige. Madami tayong pag-usapan na ganyan. Usapang ano?
Sige. Girl talk.
Girl talk.
Yeah. Sige. I have a fitness brand. I own a fitness brand that I sell activewear, and they're really cute sets. They're sports bra with matching leggings, and minimalist yung style niya. So there's not that much like design. There's just a logo, and so basically, the reason why I wanted to start this was because usually activewear or gym clothes are pretty expensive. Especially for, actually, I'm not going to say especially for like women. I think it's expensive in general. And like, I wouldn't want to buy them because I'm just not down to pay $70 for, or okay, grab it naman 70, pay like $50 for just a sports bra or just leggings.
Magkano $50? Ka-confirm ko nga.
Mahal.
2.5.
Yeah.
2.5 para sa bra. Oh my golly.
Yeah, like I'm not down to like pay that much for just a bra. So I was like, okay, I want to be able to provide women with fitness wear, with gym clothes that's high quality, and they're cute looking, like you're going to be proud to wear them at the gym, and it's affordable. So like if you look at, sorry, it's in dollars there. If you look at my sets, I'm only selling them for like $40 and less. For both the top and the bottom, so both for the bra and the leggings. And so like I guess my goal here isn't to make money or like to make money off of people. It's more of just, I want people to have this because it's what I wanted for myself. So this is what I want. I'm gonna go and like sell people what, good quality, cheap fitness clothes. And like what you were saying earlier, it was really important for me na when girls would like squat at the gym, hindi bakat yung panty nila, or their underwear isn't like showing through when you
usually
squat.
kasi 'di ba ang problema, like for example, 'di ba pag ang tawag doon leggings, 'di ba, pag sa leggings, yung camel toe
Yeah.
'di ba? Parang I think that's the one of the I mean, we were all adults here anyway, so it's like it's just what I think that I think nagiging
it's a legit concern.
issue, concern yun eh. Na parang para ano sila, upo sila, mapapansin, mga ganyan type. So, wala masyadong damit na kailangan nila magsuot pa ng something inside.
Cycling, magsa-cycling ka pa under your leggings. Yeah, and you're gonna sweat like crazy when you're at the gym.
Oo. Ano pa naman.
So my leggings, they don't show your camel toe. They don't show your underwear at the back. So it's really stretchable and it's thick material. And then the sports bra, it's pretty tight. So even though you bend down, like no cleavage is going to show, or like there's no spillage that's going to happen. And the leggings are high-waisted. So your stomach won't show that much. It's pretty flattering for all types of body types. If you're thin, if you're a little bigger, like it's pretty flattering no matter what. And I'm really proud of the sets that I sell.
Oh, kasi diba, I think that's one thing about that we're trying. I think they're trying to change the mindset of people. Is like they should love their bodies, whatever body types
shape.
are, whatever shape. Kasi we're so used to that. Ito yung parang sa magazines. kailangan ganito dapat ang itsura mo para maging sexy ka, or kailangan maging ma-appreciate ka ng tao, or para magka-jowa ka. Kailangan ganito yung itsura mo para ganito ang peg, di ba? So, and it's ingrained because over the past few years, this is basically how it's being promoted in social media and not
unrealistic standards of beauty.
I think tama yun, unrealistic standards of beauty talaga. Kaya tuloy in terms of like self-confidence of women at work or anything, nawawala because nga parang meron silang kailangan i-comply lagi.
And it's sorry for cutting you off. It's weird because like before it would be like, oh, you have to be thin, you have to be like really skinny to be considered beautiful. Pero dito, like in the States, if you're thick, like that's sexy. Like if you have like a big butt, or if you have like big thighs, like that's what's in right now. So ang nangyayari is like you hear like songs that's like I think Nicki Minaj has a song, or that's like oh, these skinny bitches in the club, and I'm like, why do you have to hate on us? Like I don't know, it's just like fat shaming isn't okay, but also skinny shaming isn't okay either. So just let's not shame anyone for their body types at all. Can we just like all love each other? I
think the approach that I always look at it is what is healthy for you. And it's like sometimes like we focus too much on what others think is good for our body, but what is actually better for our body. If you're happy with like, or if you're actually bas healthy lang, hindi ka nagkakasakit, kapag tumakbo ka, hindi nakalabas na hindi na nawawala yung kaluluwa mo or anything like that. So
I had a friend who was asking me, do you think I should like try to get thinner? Do you think I should lose like 20 pounds? And then my answer to her was like, if you want to, like you shouldn't listen to me or anyone else like to tell you that you should lose 20 pounds. It should come from yourself. Like if you want to, then go. If you don't want to, that's great too. You can love just as long as you love yourself, because you can be thicker, you could be thinner, but be happy with who you are and what you look like, and that should be enough.
That's
like
true.
it doesn't matter what you look like. It just matters if you love yourself and you feel confident with yourself, and that'll shine through.
You have a lot of fans.
Yeah, they're my friends. Love you guys.
Guys. Sila ba yung nakilala mo sa Philippines or dito lang sa US na yan?
All of my like really close, like forever friends, they're all in the Philippines.
Oh, talagang mamimiss mo talaga Pilipinas yan. Kailangan bumalik ka na
dito. Oh, I always visit. It's just like a pandemic, so I can't.
So baka within the year naman siguro, baka pagdating ng Pasko, baka pwede na yan.
Yeah, actually, I'm hoping that December things will be okay. Then I can go back home.
Kasi I think the most for me the mas masaya ang Christmas sa Philippines compared sa US eh.
Lamig
Para
kasi
sa akin.
dito.
Mas gusto ko
Cold,
dito.
lonely.
Hindi, tsaka ang daming pagkain dito. Na gusto mo.
Yeah. Oh, it's different. Iba naman talaga in the Philippines. I feel like here it's just like work home, work home. But there, I don't know why, but work is also sobrang loud, sobrang masaya. And then pag uwi mo, it's
Pwede
just
din.
yeah, I don't know.
Pwede rin
I
naman.
don't know.
Halo-halo rin naman.
Yeah, it just seems funner. I don't know. People are just more like free or to be themselves there. Here,
I
it's
agree.
just a little more quiet.
Sige, let's talk about let's talk about in going back to the Camila brand. Like, you want to share like some of the clothes that you've designed. If you want to share, if you want to show it.
Yeah. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, let me share my screen.
Tapos habang nagpa-share ka, pwede tayo magkwento about, basically, wow, ang galing, no? O, di ba? Guys, ang taray, o, di ba?
Yeah, so this is the legging sets that I sell. This is in color wine, so medyo red color siya. Shadow. Okay, so it's called shadow because when I was looking at it, I thought it was gray. I thought it was grayish, so I documented already. Okay, this is called shadow, but it was actually blue. But oh well. And then
Okay
blue
naman
pala
eh.
siya.
Pangalan naman niya, okay lang naman pangalan eh, Shadow.
Yeah. Tapos ito naman, this is the legging set in orchid, and then this is my legging set in lilac. So originally, I thought that the most popular set would be lilac, but actually no, it's wine. So this is actually selling out right now. I think I only have 3 to 4 pieces left in wine in the size small. So if you're in the States and you want this set, you should probably act fast.
Pero mas maganda nga para sa akin, mas maganda nga, mas you're drawn to that color more compared to the others. Para sa
It's brighter.
Parang mas siya, parang mas happy.
Mm.
Parang mas masaya magsuot ng ganyan sa gym.
I can see that. Yeah, very eye-catching. Like once you walk in with that set, it's like, ooh, who's that?
Mas sexy tignan nga naman.
Yeah.
I think the color's happy. I think that's the one that at least parang medyo happy siya
Pops
sa
out.
eyes. Hindi siya masakit. Hindi siya dark or hindi siya parang toned down. Masaya siya tignan sa mata.
So actually, the model in these photos is an influencer that I got to model the clothes, and she's the one who pointed it out that hey, these are like the first leggings that I purchased that don't show my camel toe. So
talaga?
yeah,
Talaga?
she's the one that said it. I never realized because I don't usually have that problem. I guess like some women do, some women don't have that problem. And apparently she does. And she said like this is the first set of leggings that she purchased or that she has that it doesn't hindi bakat yung camel toe niya. So I was very lucky that she's the one that pointed that out. So now I know I could advertise
diba,
that.
I think kadalasan nga kasi nga they for them to wear the leggings, usually they wear something underneath pa eh. Diba? Yun ang para lang hindi mahalata. So they wear like, I don't know, something tawag dun, cycling shorts para lang
Cycling shorts.
Hindi mahalata siya. Init nga.
Yeah, what?
Imagine.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And she also, it's funny because she also posted this reel on Instagram saying like, oh, if you don't want your camel toe showing, this is what you should do. You should wear like a panty liner, or you should wear like seamless panties. And I'm like, dang, like I didn't know that you have to like go through all that process just to have that. And like luckily I'm able to say that with my leggings you don't need to do that anymore. So
sa leggings na hindi ka na kailangan mag-panty. Ganun? Or kailangan mag-panty ka pa rin?
Yes, you have to wear a panty. I meant panty liner. So
Panty
that's
liners.
actually like a yeah.
Wala akong alam,
I realized. Oh, maybe guys don't know what panty liners are. So alam mo yung napkin. So like
alam ko yung
pads.
napkin.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, panty liners are a thinner version of pads. So like if it's towards like the end of your period, we're getting medical.
Okay lang yan.
If you're towards the end of your period, tas medyo spotting na lang. Usually people don't wear pads anymore kasi sobrang thick siya. So women wear panty liners because they're thinner, smaller, and more comfortable to wear. You sweat less. So ayun. and the fact that like she's telling people to wear panty liners even though you're not on your period just to avoid camel toe, yeah, it's pretty
At
unfortunate,
saka,
diba?
ano yun, di ba? Parang magastos rin yun. Kasi
Yeah,
kailangan mo palitan
magastos
yun.
yun.
Kasi kailangan mo palitan pa yun, kailangan mo tanggalin pa yung, pag kunyari, the following day, mag-gym ko ulit, kailangan panibagong panty liner ulit. Ganun ba yun?
Yeah. Oh, you can't rewear that.
Di ba? Parang so, gagastos para lang hindi ka lang mahalata na ano. Gets. Gets ko naman. Oo nga no.
Okay, that's good. No, I'm glad that I got to teach you something today. So that's what panty liners are. I feel like men should know this.
Kasi ang alam ko lang, like some of my friends, they're actually one of, I only discovered this in one of our trips that I was surprised. Anong tawag doon? Yung parang siyang tube. Tampons. Tapos, kasi we travel with the Experience Philippines does like road trips and everywhere in the country. So it's very hard for one of the difficulties that I also realized with women, if nagkaroon sila ng period during the travel. It's a big inconvenience for them. Kasi you have to find especially if you're in the middle of nowhere, wala ka ng toilet na mapagpapalitan, or wala ka ng, hindi mo pwede naman palitan lagi yung yung I don't know how you call it again.
What are we talking about? The tampon, the pad?
Tampons.
Okay.
So, hirap. So they even told me like yung cups, yung menstrual cups as well.
Cups,
So I really learned a lot from them na parang, grabe, parang ang hirap pala maging babae. Sabi ko, mahirap pala maging babae pag nasa gitna ka ng travel mo. Tapos, wala kang mapapalitan ng walang CR or anything like that. It's very, tapos obviously, di ba, pag blood, pag napuno na yata, parang it's very, very super, super uncomfortable.
Yes, and it's not healthy to keep that in there, you know?
Yeah, and then I have
bacteria will form.
Parang ugali pa nila, transform rin, kasi nga they feel irritated. Like, oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
So doon ko na-realize na appreciate ko rin talaga na, how we can find ways to alleviate that kind of inconvenience or discomfort for women. So you always have, kaya kami when we start planning as well, we have to think of ways na making sure that if they're on a period or magkakaroon sila, they let us know. So that we also come up with like a contingency na alam namin rin as the ones organizing. Okay, parang hindi lang siya maiwasan. Kasi they can't swim. Some of them can't swim. Some of them cannot go to the beach because nga bawal, mahirap mabasa and everything like that. So all those considerations we have to take care so that they have fun. Kasi at the end of the day, everyone should have fun. It's not just you. Everyone should be enjoying themselves. But if they're inconvenienced like that, so
of course, that's nice.
Na-segue ko lang kasi na-realize ko nga, napakahirap pala maging babae.
It really is. No, yeah, I'm glad that you said that you're doing that for them, and they're comfortable naman in telling you that, hey, I have my period, can you help me out?
So you know that anything I learned na kailangan mo inom ng beer.
Who has to drink beer?
kasi daw sabi nila pag malapit na daw sila magkaroon, they have to drink beer para daw dire-diretso daw. Parang 1 day,
really?
2 days. And for her daw, it works. Like she has to drink, and then for her, the day na magkakaroon na siya, it just basically goes out. Like tuloy-tuloy daw. Parang mas gusto daw niya matapos na kagad instead of like medyo aabutin ng 3 to 4 days.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just for her. Maybe she knows her body more, so she knows that that's like a thing.
So I'm like I'm learning a lot about women's body. like hindi ko alam na ganun pala yung mga like ako, iihi lang at tatay lang naman ako. Yun ang kaya ako gawin.
Kami, we have to think about something else. No, yeah, that's really good that you're educating yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I learned a lot. Even the way, for some people, like, I know it's just like, some people are not very comfortable talking about it. But ako, I'm very open because it's really how I can help them out or how I can make them feel comfortable. Yung boobs. Kasi sometimes kasi like pag nasa beach ka or problema rin kasi nila like nako-conscious rin sila na yung pagsuot ng swimwear, nako-conscious rin sila sa tawag doon kung paano yung sa likod or paano yung paglaan nila. Ano mo yun? Yung parang madaming little things na I go, oh nga, no, parang if I were them, I'll also feel uncomfortable if there are people I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
Tapos
parang
kayo, you could just walk around shirtless.
Oo, di ba? Parang gano'n, di ba? Parang, so,
Yeah.
kaya na-appreciate ko rin naman na-appreciate ko na you get to understand why yung sinasabi nga nila na it's not, or, you know, the concept of like, sexual assault is not just like yung physical, but even the way, you know, manggagaling talaga sa guy, manggagaling talaga sa labas, hindi naman talaga sa babae. Because they can wear whatever you want, but your mind, how you think about the other person is sa'yo yun eh. Kung nag-iisip nun, hindi naman siya eh. Kaya naisip ko rin like, kasi minsan ako, sinasabi ko sa kanila, just be yourself and be, if you want to wear the two-piece, go ahead. Like if you, wala namang kami-kami.
That's interesting that you mentioned that. I don't know if guys know this, but you know that we have to like coordinate like with our friends kung saan kami pupunta, because it depends on like what we wear, depends on where we go. So if let's say, oh sige, punta tayo Gateway. Oh okay, I don't feel like I feel very comfortable wearing like a crop top at a mall, so I won't. You know? Or I'm gonna bring a jacket just in case. But if let's say, this is just me, like I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have said like a specific mall. But then for me, if I was like in Eastwood, because that's home for me. So if I was in Eastwood and I wore a crop top, I'd feel okay because I feel like I'd be a little bit more safe.
The crowd is different as well.
The crowd is different.
I think the crowd is different.
So us like me and my friends, we have to coordinate like, okay, where are we gonna go? What are we gonna wear? Should we wear a jacket just in case to cover up? Oh, like even back then, like when I was in the Philippines, so my parents didn't let me commute. But then when I did, like sasakay kami ng jeep, and every time I like rode a jeep or like public transportation, always something weird would happen. Like this old man would be staring at our legs kasi naka-skirt kami, uniform. Like this old man would be like staring at our legs really weird, or like this one guy like came really close to sniff my hair. And like I was like, yeah, nakaganon na ako, pero talagang humahabol siya. Like minsan na nga lang ako minsan na nga lang ako.
Alam mo, kailangan matuto ka na eh. Alam mo, isa sa mga tinuturo, one of the things we started doing in Experience Philippines before when we were traveling, I think Jeff and I were thinking about, we had like actual courses on that, or parang activities on that, yung self-defense for women.
That's really important, yeah.
Yeah, I think you should, parang, even for guys rin naman, hindi lang naman, I think in general, dapat you have to know a bit of like how to take care of yourself, especially in an environment hindi ka sigurado, what to do in during situations like this, para lang alam mo rin how to, you know, iwas sa mga aksidente. So I think that's part of, I think generally we should practice rin ng mga ganun.
Yeah, that's really important.
Pag siguro sa US, ako sila sa Asians, kasi kala siguro sa atin marunong tayo lahat mag kung fu. Gumanong ka lang.
Then they're gonna go. Asian. Bear back off.
Tama. I think that's how it is. They should continuously think like that.
I wish that were the case.
Anyway, sige. Tapos, wala na tayo. Dami natin ng kwentuhan na.
Oo nga eh. I'm like, what were we talking about? Kalimutan ko na.
No, we're talking about that. I think that's how also the brand speaks as well. But that's what you basically wanna.
Right. The brand.
You wanna put it into the perspective why the Camille brand is doing that. I mean, I think isa pa yung natutuwa rin ako. I think you also the designs and also your artworks are actually done by Filipinos, right?
Yeah, so I hired, or so my graphic designer is, I don't have her here, but my graphic artist is Filipino. I went to high school with her. Her name is Angelina Joseph. If you guys, I forgot to put it here on a banner, but if you guys if you like the art that you see, or like the framework of my brand, like the entire theme of my brand, you could reach out to me and then I'll refer you to Angelina Joseph. But then there's also like artwork that I have on my profile, and they're done by these local artists from the Philippines. You could see their Instagrams here, art.shv22 and jupalude.art. So they're really good artists. Do I have their artwork on my laptop here? Yes, here. Let me share my screen for a second so you guys can see. Yeah. Okay. So so this one's really cool. This is a photo of my sister and I in the leggings. So we're actually wearing the leggings set in orchid and the leggings set in lilac. And then so art.shv SHV22. She was really good at doing this digital. I don't know how to say it, but the photo she made it into this, and it's amazing. I mean, look at the strands. Yeah, look at the strands of the hairs. Look at the baby hairs. Like, pati the birthmark of my sister, she saw. So I think that's really great. She's really
into
talented.
Details, no? Very into details.
Yeah, really into details. And I'm proud to have this artwork on my Instagram profile. She's great. If ever you guys want artwork done, reach out to her because she was really easy to work with too. And then next, this is by Jupalu.art.
Yan ang gusto ko. Kasi
they're
all
both
shapes and
good.
sizes, all shapes and sizes siya color. Hindi lang iisang kulay. I think that's one of the things, di ba, like, kala nila lagi kailangan puti ka. Especially sa Pilipinas, kailangan mas okay pag maputi ka. Yung kwento mo nga kanina, di ba, hindi ka pinapalabas.
yeah, that's a funny story. I was actually telling Gian that my parents didn't let me play sports when I was younger kasi ayaw nila na umitim ako, papangit daw ako, and I'm like, that's not true. Thinking about that now, I regret not playing sports when I was younger. Like, I regret not being sporty now. Like, that's cool, you know? Like, that's like being sporty is like really cool to me, and I didn't get to have that. And like my reason is just because my parents didn't want me to get dark, and that shouldn't have happened. But you know, that's how the older generation thinks. Until now, like ganun pa rin.
I think ganun pa rin up to now kasi madami pang glutathione pa rin sa Pilipinas eh.
Yes.
Hanggat hindi mawawala yung glutathione na yan.
Tapos diba there are like commercials na they're gonna show like a dark-skinned girl and she'll be shy. Tapos puputi siya, tapos biglang confident na siya. It's like, what? Like, you're beautiful when you were darker too, you know?
I think sa ano yan eh. I think that kasi na-associate talaga, sa akin parang piling ko na-associate talaga siya sa mga magazines. Dahil nga the magazines and Hollywood, I suppose, no? Kasi nga we're constantly exposed to Hollywood films, like Western films, rather than, you know, at saka yung mga dinedesign talaga is usually parang mga ganun. Parang ang magaganda is usually, like sa Disney, like in the beginning, Disney is always like, women were like, white.
Yeah.
Ngayon
Aurora, Cinderella.
Diba ngayon lang sila nagkaroon ng women of color na princesses?
Just lately.
Just lately lang. So I think also because you grew up in that environment before, so that's what probably your mindset. So kaya medyo challenging din naman talaga. I think it would take generations pa rin. Like in terms of like on how, like you mentioned mga like women empowerment, I think it's also because of culture. Like in Asia, it's very patriarchal rather than matriarchal. Like the guys are, I think even the diba concept nasa bahay, kailangan babae nasa bahay, ang lalaki.
Yes, that is very true.
Diba lalaki nagtatrabaho, diba? Like ang weird pag nagtawag ka, ang weird pa naging houseband ka, tapos yung wife yung nag-work, parang
nag-work,
parang walang kwenta tong asawa na to na lalaki, parang nasa taga-alaga ng bata. I think that happens. Like I've met the people who are like that, na parang ako natutuwa nga kasi ako, iba kasi yung care, iba kasi rin naman yung how the guys are and the girls are. So parang I don't know, madaming exposures rin to new things that I think pinag-aaralan pa rin how we can adapt to that. Kasi nga may certain mindset na tayo.
Yeah, sorry, I have a lot of things I want to say that I just popped up. One of them was, I think that we think, or like the Philippines specifically thinks that like Western standards of beauty is like what's beautiful is because like when the Spanish had come and taken over the Philippines, we had like Maria Clara, right? Like that was beautiful. Tapos she was half Spanish and she was maputi siya. Mestiza, and that was beautiful. Or like diba back then like there was that divide with the mga mestiza, yung mga morena, like if you were lighter, that means that you were probably Spanish, Spanish blood. So yeah, like so there was that divide. Alipin is actually gigilid.
Alipin
sa gigilid, yeah.
Alipin sa gigilid, yeah. We were talking about that yesterday, kami na Jeff, tawang-tawa kami. Kami daw, kasi we were comparing sa kami lang yung mga alipin sa gigilid.
Those terms that I learned in high school.
Yeah. Tama.
Yeah, I think it came from that. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. And then another thing about you said about like staying at home, women empowerment. So the reason why I stayed in psychology for so long was because at that time, that was just my backup plan. And I just wanted to be a housewife and a mom. I just wanted to pop out babies and stay at home, have my husband work for me. That was my mindset because that's like what I saw around me, and that was acceptable. That's what my partner at the time wanted me to be, so that's what I wanted to be. And I didn't have like goals for myself. I didn't have a career that I wanted for myself. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to be a wife.
Is it because like your parents small or influenced by your family or like the people around you or
yeah, like low key, my parents were like, "Oh, ikaw yung babae, you don't have to work so hard," you know. And I love my parents.
Lola ko ganyan rin eh. Tama.
They just love me, you know. So they're like, "Oh, you know, you're my baby, you know, so you don't have to work so hard. Like let your husband worry about that." And you know, they do it out of love. But then, so there's nothing wrong with wanting to be a stay-at-home mom, be a stay-at-home wife. There's nothing wrong with that. But then, after a while, I just had this feeling like, eto lang ba? Like, is this all there is? Like, is there nothing else that I want for myself? And that's when I realized, like, I think I want a career. I think I want to experience to like move up the ladder. I think there should be more to life than just being a wife and having kids, and then that's what happened.
Is that why when yung realization mo na yan was just because pagpunta mo na sa US or nasa Philippines pa rin, nasa Philippines ka pa rin na-realize mo yan?
I was still in the Philippines and na-realize ko.
Tapos na-actualize lang when you were in the US?
Yeah, I felt like something was missing. And like psych talaga was just a backup for me. Like, okay, it's just like a job that I'm gonna have before I get married. But once I get married, I'm not gonna actually use it. That was my mindset. Yeah, that was my mindset na, sige, magiging counselor ako, pero once I get married, I'm gonna stay home na. And I just felt like, that maybe that's not right.
Parang piling ko lang kasi parang it's like the easy thing. Like parang yun ang na-train sa'yo na madali lang kasi. Pero actually mahirap yung ginanay.
Oh yeah. It is hard too. I mean, I just wanted something else. Like, there's really nothing wrong with that. If that's what, like, anyone who's listening, if that's what you want, that's great. Like, that's a choice too. It's difficult as well. Sure. But then I just realized it wasn't for me.
Pero ngayon, I mean, yung sa ginagawa mo ngayon being an automation engineer, how did it like change and having this Camille brand, how did it change your perspective about like women and work and like even fashion? Because I think that's you're already in that area of fashion, the fashion industry, which is also like a big madaming challenges rin in terms of how fashion industry view women as well, right?
Yeah, of course. Okay, so with my work, so I'm an automation engineer. How I view women, is that what the question is? How I view women?
It's more like how did it change your perspective? Like all these things over time, does it influence also the things that you're currently doing?
Yeah, of course. Being an automation engineer, it made me feel like much more confident within myself because I'm in a male-dominated field. I really had to push for respect. I really had to push for to be able to actually do the work. And because syempre, when you start out, like you have a lot of questions. You're a newbie. You have, like when people underestimate you at a certain point, you deserve that underestimation because you're just starting out, right? So I wanted to deserve the title. I wanted to like truly have the skills to be able to back up what I was saying. So I think I was able to gain a lot of confidence from that. So I think if we were talking 3 years ago, I think you'd be talking to a completely different Camille, like very shy. Yeah, very shy, very high pitched in voice too. And and I'd always say sorry, like, oh, sorry, I cut you off, sorry. And then ngayon ko lang na-realize, like, I have meron akong kasamahan na lagi siya nagsasorry, and then I'm telling her, like, dude, you're a boss lady, you stop apologizing, you stop saying sorry to people. Like, I know it's because of our culture, we're Asian, so like we're always like, binababa natin yung sarili natin. And I'm like, no, man, like you gotta hustle, you gotta like push yourself, you're a boss lady, you can't keep saying sorry for like every little thing. If there is something that's your fault, my bad. Oh shoot, okay, I could have done that better. But stop saying sorry because you're just putting yourself lower and making other people see that, oh, she's taking blame. So let's just blame her. I don't know. That's just something that I learned. I used to always say sorry, but now I stopped saying sorry for every little thing. It's a thing. If you noticed, I don't know
I
if you
understand
notice
that.
other people.
I
Yeah.
think I can relate because I was living also in the. It's not like just. I think it's not just like women. I think even for men, like if you're in a foreign country, like I was living in New Zealand for quite a while, so parang ganun rin eh. Medyo you're in a white dominated environment.
I
So,
can
pero
imagine.
at least doon medyo understandable kasi may mga Maori and the so they're color rin naman, di naman sila puro white, no? So, medyo doon acceptable ng konti. Pero you can still sense that. You can still sense na market they would, like, I remember, natandaan ko yun eh. Between me and another guy, I was working, I was top of the class, pero because he's white, siya yung pinili.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Okay lang yun,
It's
parang
terrible.
realize ko talaga, we were vying for the same thing, like work. Pero because of him, well, kasi Asian ka, you're not even a local. So, naintindihan ko naman. Pero mas nag-hustle nga lang ako. Mas nagtrabaho ako kaysa kanya. Eventually, bumalik rin sa akin yung trabaho kasi hindi siya nagtrabaho. So, anyway. So,
I'm sorry that happened.
Nawala
Hindi
talaga
ako
naman
makaget over.
Okay lang yan. So, those are the little things that you learn over time rin. And you also develop your... Kaya naintindihan kita, like, it's... even as a... I can imagine, mas mahirap nga pag babae ka nga eh. Especially kung male-dominated. But you get the grit. You develop a certain grit then over time because nga you're exposed to these and then you realize you start reflecting rin. And kaya nga, I think na-appreciate ko na yung ginagawa mo nga eh, na starting from being a psychology and then you became an automation engineer with an environment that's like that. Tapos nagsimula ka pa ng clothing brand na mahirap pa dinagdagan mo pa yung problema.
No naman.
Challenge
It's like a hobby.
Dumating yung challenge. I think masayang challenge naman yan. Saka masaya ka. Pero still, di ba, mahirap yun. Mahirap kayo magnegosyo.
Oh yeah, it's very difficult. Like a lot of your time goes into it. There are a lot of nights that I'd stay up. I used to have a Switch, or I have a Switch, right? And I used to play games like after work. But now I haven't touched it ever since I launched the Camille brand. I haven't touched my Switch. I hardly watch anime anymore. Because
what?
I'm just.
No!
I try. I just finished Death Note this week.
Oh wow!
I never watched it before. I found time to do it, but yeah, it really takes up a lot of my time. But I don't know. I don't think that it's draining for me because I find it fun. I started the brand because I had extra cash and from my work, and I was like, what am I gonna do with this? So okay, let me just start something. Let me start my own business like I've always wanted, and it was my way of letting out my creativity vibes, like all that magic that I don't let out at work. Because at work, I'm just looking at a terminal, I'm just looking at code all day. Like I don't feel like I'm helping anyone. Kasi galing ako sa mental health field, right? So it's all about helping people. Tapos biglang I'm coding and I'm just like, okay, I'm working for a company. I'm just coding. I'm not helping anyone. I'm not being creative. I don't have an outlet for that part of me that wants to give. So that's why I created the Camille brand. So this is my way of being able to help people. I provide activewear for women, like I said, that's comfortable and high quality and affordable. And I'm also giving exposure to local artists from the Philippines. 5% of all of my proceeds go to the Philippines, and it's not even just 5%. That's just part of it. Most of the money that's being received from the Camille brand is being sent to the Philippines. So we had just donated to the the foundation, Josephine Foundation, which is this foundation that helps the elderly that got stranded during the Ulysses typhoon. So they all lost their homes, and the Camille brand was able to donate some money to be able to help them rebuild their homes, and that's just something I'm really proud of. That this business
this was a typhoon last year, diba? Sobrang grabe.
Yeah, it is. It was.
Galing. See, tamo. Iba talaga ang
I try.
No, I think that's an inspiring. I think that's an inspiring mindset for people. Like you don't have to stick to what is the norm if you want to create something or make an impact to do something about it. Like what you did is like ang ganda nun because you said kanina which we were having a topic on this the other day, which is really about investments and about stocks. And
Right.
like it's like making good use of your money because at the end of the day, if you have extra money that you have, you can actually help, build something like a business like what you did, and employ, people, employ artists, donate as well. So ang daming pwedeng mangyari na because you
Yeah.
made a decision of like, oh, I want to do something about my life, and if you didn't think about like taking control and becoming like magiging housewife na, no, imagine wala lahat yan ngayon.
I probably would have tried to find a way, but it would have come out of my own pocket, and I'm not working, so it would have come out of my husband's pocket.
No, diba? Pero it's
Yeah.
so mas masarap yung feeling panggaling talaga sa accomplishment.
Yeah.
Ikaw talaga yung
Self-sufficient.
Tsaka yung drive mo is like, uy, kaya ko pala.
Mm.
Ay, kaya ko pala to. Parang kaya ko pala gawin to. Kaya ko pala gawin yan. Because despite all it's not easy to have a business. It's not easy to juggle all these activities as well, diba?
Right. Right.
These are all challenges as well. So, yeah. So inspiring. Grabe. Diba?
Thank you.
Hindi, ako dapat mag-thank you nga eh. Dapat pag nasa Pilipinas ka, dapat kumain tayo, mag food
Sisig?
trip tayo. Sisig tayo.
Shawarma?
Shawarma. I think the best sisig, going back, wala tayo na, usapan sisig na.
Food na.
Pero yung best sisig talaga, I think, I would say, well, I would be biased because of yung sa mom ko. Kasi Kapampangan sila.
I want to try your mom's sisig. What the heck?
Sila, but they're now in the US, so they're now, but inherit ng nagawa ng the one who's doing it so well, but it's actually our house help na who grew up with us since we were kids. Na hindi na siya nag-asawa. So siya yung second mom. So she's based here now. So siya yung pag nasa parents ako, yun ang magre-request ako ng pagkain. Kung gusto niya, gawa ka naman.
I see.
may talaga. Sige, kakain ka. But yeah. So pag uwi mo ng Pilipinas, kailangan natin mag-food trip. By that time siguro pwede na yung unikot-ikot na maglakad na. Sana by that time, sana lang.
Oo nga eh. Sabi nila baka 2022 pa, ang tagal. Our prime years are going away.
I think the simula na naman. I think nagsimula na kasi sila magkaroon ng herd immunity, di ba? Nag-start na sila ng program for vaccination for the general public.
Right.
So, I think siguro naman. Tama, pero most likely 2022 pa talaga yan. Pero, who knows? Anything can happen naman. Sana walang aliens. Yun ang hindi ko na nabasa. Aliens eh.
Or sana the vaccine won't make us zombies.
Oo nga. Parang pili ko apocalypse naman yung dati.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Parang ano yan? Ang tawag doon sa movie na yun? Ano yan? Yung kay Brad Pitt.
Which one?
Yung movie niya na zombie. World War Z.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, World War Z.
World War Z.
Oo nga.
Or Walking Dead. Oh my God. Parang hindi ko na kaya. Ayoko na yun. Nakatakot na yun. I had so much fun. I had so much fun talking to you. It's like, I never realized na ganun pala karami pa ng pinagdaanan mo rin. From where you were before, from Japan, to the Philippines, to the US. Now may brand na. Dami. Parang kakapagod yun
I know, it's a long story.
Pero hindi, masaya naman. So anyway, ano pa yung future ng the Camille brand? What if you have new projects coming in? Like you want to be doing something after this new designs? Is there coming out with new designs as well?
Yeah, so I just released our spring collection, so they're biker shorts. I don't have photos of that right now because it's limited edition, so I don't plan on restocking. I'm just gonna sell until stocks, until there's wala na, like it's limited supply only. And then after that, I plan on having a summer line, which is so medyo like booty shorts na siya, because I'm just listening to like what I'm hearing, like what people want, and like instead of biker shorts, people want like booty shorts. So I'm like, okay, sige, let's go for booty shorts in the summer. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe it should have been a secret. But we're gonna have booty shorts in the summer. So, ayun. But like,
What are booty shorts? What is a booty short?
oh, shorts. Alam mo yung leggings medyo above the knee siya? Ay, joke lang. Yung biker shorts medyo above the knee siya. Can you picture it? Okay, so medyo above the knee yung biker
Dito?
shorts.
Hanggang lang? Parang di ba
Yeah.
normal shorts yun?
For men,
Di ba parang gano'n naman for women na may shorts na gano'n?
baka parang khaki shorts, parang ganun. Basta tight siya, tapos
Hindi siya ang tawag doon, yung biker shorts, hindi naman. Di ba parang gano'n din yun?
you mean cycling?
Cycling shorts. Shorts. You know?
So
Alam
yung
sa mga...
so yung sinasabi kong parang booty shorts, they're kind of like as short
research ka,
as
ano ba yung
cycling.
booty shorts na yan? Curious tuloy ako.
Baka kung ano lumabas. You might see weird stuff. They're just shorts.
Oh! Yung pang nakita ko sa
Google mo
mga
yung biker.
Ito yata yung pang nakikita ko sa mga old series ng mga movies, yung mga nag-exercise.
I see. Parang
Ito yung nakita siya eh. Oh.
Ayun, so that's what I'm planning sa summer.
Hindi naman sa taas ng, masyado na mataas sa legs yun eh.
Which one? What are you looking at ba? Baka naman
Booty shorts,
masyadong...
nakalagay booty shorts.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have called them booty shorts because I guess that means that like some of your butt shows, right? So basta they're shorts. Like basta shorter siya than biker shorts. You'll see in the summer.
Sige, pagka natin sa summer, hintayin na natin yan paglabas. I-share mo sa amin yung picture.
I will. One more thing.
Go.
So my real goal is there's a university in Pandi, Bulacan, and their tuition costs around like per sem it's like $300, and so my goal is to be able to pag-aral people who want to go to college but they don't because they don't have the funds. So I want to be able to start a foundation for scholarships.
Galing.
Yeah, for
Grabe,
scholarships.
Big time talaga. But nakakatuwa.
That's the goal.
So that's gonna be the plan for 2022 or this year? It's in the pipeline naman.
Yeah, it's in the pipeline. Maybe 2022, maybe earlier. It depends, but that's my real goal. So even before like donating to the Josephine Foundation, that was my real goal. I wanna give scholarships.
Oh, cool, galing. Actually, maganda idea yun. And you can and then pwede mo nga sila like they can help you out also with your business eventually, who knows.
That's true.
Baka maging sa sobrang matuto. Actually, I met a lot of not a lot, but some of my friends ginawa rin nila yan. They nakakatuwa nga is one of them when we started out in Experience Philippines, she was doing kids pa yun like literally like mga pang grade school pa yun. Wala pa yung K-12 nun mga grade school pa. Now college na sila. Like sinuport niya since grade school to college. I think mga around 40 kids or 50 kids na.
That's amazing.
She was able to send them to university. And then that was basically that's her life. Really, she really wanted that because that's how she, parang calling niya talaga is really to, kasi madaming matatalinong bata, wala lang opportunity. Wala lang silang makita na So tinulungan niya. So yun, ginawa niya. Consistently, every year, she would send these kids and she would train them during the year pa.
That's amazing. Tell your friend thank you for contributing to society this way.
You'd be surprised. There are actually quite a number of them, but they're just silent. You don't hear them. You don't see them post anything on social media, but they just do this work because they want to. I mean, that's what they like. That's what they want, and they really want to help out in the way they can. So
true heroes of society.
Kaya nakakatuwa rin. Yeah. Kaya we wanted to get in touch with like people like you because I think those stories or these inspiring individuals like yourself should through this way they can inspire other people and whoever watches it they can baka someone out there just needed like that small push for them to act on something that they've always wanted but they've never found someone who they can emulate.
Give them a
or
chance.
Give them a chance or emulate. Like,
Yeah.
oh, pwede pala na-relatable Na-relatable. Kasi madami pwedeng emulate pero hindi relatable eh. Parang masyado sa like mga celebrity, hindi kahit na gusto mo mag-yan, parang hindi mo parang ang layo ng buhay nila sa buhay mo. Parang gusto mo lang yung someone you can actually like pinagdaanan mo rin. Like yung kaya nga kwento ko lagi is like some of those stories that I talked about yung mga women about their tampons, mga menstrual cups, mga ganyan like kasi like these are topics that they should be discussing openly, like that they shouldn't be ashamed of discussing because it actually happens. There's no shame on discussing them, and it also educates the men. Like at the end of the day, kasi nga like if you go like we're in the travel industry. You have to put that as part of your mindset that when women, and majority pa naman ng clients namin is puro babae. So alangan naman iisipin ko, like you have to think about where they're gonna change, the toilet they're gonna be used. Hindi naman pwedeng public sa labas ng, kagaya ng guys, you can make wee-wee anywhere, di ba?
And
Like women, you can't make wee-wee anywhere.
I mean, we can, but we shouldn't.
You can, but we should. Parang weird, diba? Parang you don't want to do that. Also, you don't want them to be in that, such a scenario rin. So, kaya you always think of something to help them out and assist them in whatever that they would need, no? Tsaka yung like maybe changes, like if they have like, alam ko naman yan, like when women have the menstrual cycle, they change. They become really hungry. Like,
hangry na pala.
Madali mainis, like, mga ganyan. Like, wow, okay, sige. But you have to understand, kasi nga,
the hormones.
Exactly.
Our hormones.
And then, I think that's how all of us, I mean, that's basically how, men and women should learn how to interact with each other because there are scenarios that put us in a situation na you just have to understand what they go through, and you have to work within that, especially in our field, like which is in travel and tourism industry. And so ngayon, wala na naman ako, kailangan ko sinasabi ko na nga. Pag nagkwentuhan talaga ako, nandami nating kwento.
But they're interesting kwentos.
But piling ko abot tayo na piling ko pa tayong dalawa kwentuhan kasama si Dave. Abot tayo siguro hanggang mga 3 in the morning, mga ganyan.
No, there's so much more that I want to mention based on what you just said, but alam ko we're time na eh.
Okay lang yan, okay lang.
I can see 1 hour na tayo.
We can do another session again. It's all good. So wala problema yan.
Sure, sounds good to me. Yeah.
These are, I think, my belief rin naman is that we are it's really about finding, many of us or many people are looking for ways to be part of something, and they just need someone there to help them out, like a support system. And that's we've been Dave and I and everyone else in the team, we've been trying to create this whole community like people like yourself who are doing something like the Camille brand, and maybe some of them are interested in fashion. They want to enter into the whole thing, but they don't know who to ask. Or the people that they want to ask naman, medyo ma-pride.
There are people like that. They don't want to help others. Crab mentality.
Parang baka agawan ako ng market.
Yeah.
Diba? Baka kunin yung idea ko, baka gawin niya. So yung mga tao kasi na ganun. And then in the experience for the season why I want in the Experience Philippines to have that, like people are approachable, they can ask questions, like questions that matter, no? Hindi yung parang very questions na parang paganda lang. Pero not questions like real questions, like how does it work? How does it do this? Or ganito, ganyan. So
or finding people that genuinely want to help others.
Agree. Yan ang
That's
gusto.
important.
Yan ang gusto namin i-build. Yan ang gusto ko i-build rin, that community that. And of course, with your help, maybe we can inspire more women to start doing, taking control. Like, it doesn't really matter whether you like art, if you like engineering, as long as you want to do a business of that, or you want to, pursue a passion of that. Like you want to do, like yesterday, there's like 3D printing.
Yeah.
Like women doing 3D printing, like designing stuff. I mean, there's so much things that we can all do together. Like, if you want to pursue it, and they just need someone to inspire them, or to, when they ask for help, they would genuinely help.
Yeah, and it's not just for women. I truly believe that if someone really wants something, and like they'll be able to get it because you'll really work hard on it. Like if there's a goal that you set for yourself and you truly want it, you're gonna do anything to make that happen. So it's not just for women. It's just in general. You could do anything if you truly want it.
Ang challenge lang kasi dyan is that minsan walang support system.
But that's what I mean. Like you're gonna find if you really want it, you're gonna find the issue. What is it? I don't have like the financial means. I don't have the information. If you really wanted it, you're gonna find a way to get it, which is like ask for help or find people who will help you do it, or find the information online.
Yes.
Yeah, make the first step.
Make the first step. I think that the first step is important, and then second step and the third step is also equally important. Kasi yung first step,
all the steps,
hanggat makuha mo yun. Oy, super thank you, Camille. Natuwa ako sa conversation natin. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about you. I learned about the brand, what you're currently doing. That's like very inspiring, and I hope all those who watching and listening to this eventually after the live stream is like they get inspired by you. That they pursue also pursue their passion also in, I don't know, whether it's in fashion, whatever they want.
Whatever.
And
they
also
want.
at the same time, yung component na the social enterprise component, we're actually like giving back to
to help others.
Yes, to help other people and stuff. So so super thank you. Would you like to invite them to check out your brand and their website or website?
Yeah, sure. If you guys want to check out my activewear brand, on Instagram it's at the Camille brand. My website is www.thecamillebrand.com. And if you just have any questions about how I learned coding, because I know there's a question of how I learned how to code that we didn't answer. We didn't answer nga how do you study the language and frameworks? May online courses. Hindi ko nasagot. Sorry. if you wanna know about that, I could help you, show you how I did it. If you want to learn about how I started my business, anything, feel free to reach out. My Instagram is at Camille Monzon. So that's MILLEMONZON. Thank you guys.
And at the same time, let them know also that you're gonna be eventually that the Camille brand will be available also here in the Philippines.
Yeah, it will be. That's actually the goal. Another goal. So once my parents are in the Philippines, I really plan on being able to bring the Camille brand to the Philippines and have it available for you guys.
Sana meron parang panlalaki pero hindi mahalata yung bakat rin ng lalaki. Pero bang ganun?
You guys don't have that problem. All of your clothes are loose.
Kung naka-tights rin ka rin, weird kaya kung naka-tights ka.
Do boys wear tights? Tights at the gym?
I saw yesterday a guy running like around, and then he was wearing like tight.
May umaalog ba?
Tight naman siya. Kailangan lang confident ka lang talaga na
I bet.
Kasi
must be confident.
Dude, colorful siya. Like super colorful. Like hindi lang siya black. May color pink, yellow, and everything else on the butt. Sabi ko,
nice.
Tapang na to.
Yeah, that's great. Everyone should be like this person. Confident.
Very confident siya. And he was running with this shin high. Like, okay.
We could all learn from this man.
Yes. Tangkad pa nun. Mga 6-footer pa naman yung guy niya.
Wow, I can't imagine. My goodness.
He's a tall guy. Kasi I was walking my dog, si Teo. I was walking around. And then, nakita ko siya that was like mga around 5 in the afternoon. Parang afternoon jog around the block. So nakita ko talaga siya. With this fanny pack. May fanny pack na siya.
I call that a daddy bag.
No. Tawag daw fanny pack yung tawag doon. Yung parang
it is.
There's a fanny pack. Nisip ko parang iba kasing term ng fanny sa akin.
No, you're right. It's just in my head, I call it a daddy bag. Kasi usually mga dads.
Yung mga nasa palengke, yung mga pera.
Yun din.
Ay, no. Ang saya ng kwentuhan natin dalawa.
Sige. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you so much. Thank you guys. If you wanna check out Camille brand, it's going to be available in the Philippines hopefully soon by the end of the year. It'll be something that we can look forward to. And if you guys want to get in touch with Camille, you can actually go to her Instagram. Dave can show the Instagram of the Camille brand. There you go.
You
So
could reach out there too,
reach
yeah.
out there. Yeah,
Mhm.
perfect. Thank you so much. Super thank you again for your time. I know it's late na there.
Oo nga, 10 na.
And also, kailangan mo na mag-beauty sleep.
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. It was an honor that you guys asked me to be part of this. Thank you.
Naku, kami dapat magpapasalamat na nagsabi ka ng oo. Nagsabi ka ng yes to join. And
Yay, we're
be
both
part of this
thankful.
show. Yes, we're both thankful. Thank you tayo kay Dave. Kasi si Dave kasi nakakilala.
Thank
Hindi
you,
niya napansin.
Dave. Kaya nga eh.
Oo nga. So yun, so let's see each other again, and of course we'll be having more conversations together over time. This is not just a one-time thing, so it's gonna be as long as we can. Sabi niya
until
thank
FO
you
tayo.
daw. Until mag-FO. Huwag naman tayo mag-FO. Pangit naman mag-FO. Mag-away na lang tayo sa sisig. Unahan na lang tayo sa sisig.
Sige. Sounds good.
Doon tayo mag-FO. Kung isang sisig lang yan, tapos sino kakain sa ating dalawa.
I can see that happening. Sige.
Jack and Poy tayo. Jack and Poy. Kung sino matalo.
For the sisig.
So, yun. So, thank you so much, Camille. And then, take care of yourself there. Say hi to your
Me
mom and your
too.
dad and every one of your friends
I
who
will.
really watched that episode as well. But you're still part of the community. So, if anyone wants to ask for help about starting a business, perfect. Ito yan. Ito yung lady boss talaga. Ito yung lady boss. See you guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
We're gonna